Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central. I've had a pretty bad headache today and I'm traveling really soon, so I'm sorry if I might sound a little bit off in this video. But I had some things I wanted to really get off my chest and some really cool stuff to highlight, and let's begin with the kinda rant. Much like the title of this video, I'm kinda starting to wonder where all this promised content and updates are. It's been quite a while, so I wanted to begin by talking about what we've seen previously, what we're not seeing right now, some glimmers of hope, and then get onto some better things. First off, our last actual balance patch and update to balance in the game and kind of thoughts on where the devs thought things were at was actually over a month ago in August. On 22nd of August, we had a PTR patch with some nice patch notes and things like that. And after that, we've only really had a comment or two here and there about previous things regarding Overwatch and the meta, but nothing substantial really at all. Additionally, we also didn't get a map at Gamescom or anything like that this year, so we haven't had that type of content to tie us over as well, and that's why we're in this very dry period right now. Normally we would get a map at Gamescom and then have that added in the start of September. This time around we haven't really had that at all, and we've had just basically nothing for quite a while now. So first off, knowing Blizzard fairly well, I'm aware that that map that they didn't put out is not just development time that they've spent on nothing, but I know it makes a lot of people wonder and feel like Overwatch is not really moving anywhere, and I kinda get that frustration too. Now looking ahead, after one patch or so in September, we do tend to just go pretty much straight onto the Halloween event in early to mid-October. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now, which unfortunately is about 3 weeks away. I'm really surprised we haven't actually heard more about balance or any patching or anything like that, with the entire community talking about the current meta in various ways. I'm seeing a lot of interesting discussion, and I really like that. People do seem to care, but it's very one-sided type of communication right now. All in all, I really hope we get something this week, but I also kinda doubt it, and that's why I wanted to bring the attention to some really cool workshop stuff that I feel like people have kind of missed. The Overwatch workshop was super popular for quite a while, and recently I've not really seen as much attention be drawn to it, so I wanted to cover some really awesome community creations from some of you people watching actually, and just various other people out there. First off, some updates. What's happened since we last talked about the workshop on this channel? Well, to begin with, they added beam effects and other things like that. They added dummy characters and beam effects that allowed for a lot more kind of custom creation, a lot of interesting things that we haven't seen in the past. One person managed to take 3D models in Blender and create something that allows that data, that 3D geometry, to be transported into Overwatch and made into an object there. So you can kind of write custom text and other things like that. Pretty cool stuff. So shout out to u/itsdeltin for that. Really cool. Looking forward to seeing where that can go and what people can make with that stuff. Additionally, with those beam effects, we also had new effect colors and other things like that, and we have these really fancy looking beams. u/Trappy submitted the video here, and while some of these things look a little bit similar to like a Zarya beam or like a Symmetra beam, seeing these different colors as well really makes me excited to hopefully see a new hero with really cool lighting and beam effects like this. Just looks very pretty. Moving on from tools that people have shown and created though, let's go to some things that people have made with those tools actually, partially. Beginning with a Sombra rework created by Kayom on YouTube and Reddit. I'll link the video to this in the description so you can check out the full thing, but I'll just show you some snippets. So some of this is actually using those beam effects that you saw earlier. Here's an example of a new Sombra ability, EMP trap, that allows you to kind of create a tripwire trap that hacks someone, and you can use it mid-air as well, and this is using the new beam stuff, as you can see, kind of connecting these things as well. Really cool to see this in the workshop. This is the sort of stuff that I love seeing, and I can't really get enough of, and I know it's really hard to make, but if you make this sort of stuff, send it to our email. It's in the about section of this channel. I really like looking at this sort of really creative Overwatch workshop stuff. The ultimate is also really cool. You can share your ultimate kind of with another teammate, so you just give them all of your ultimate charge kind of, so they get one new ultimate. This Reinhardt just shatters people twice here, and I think this type of stuff really makes me feel like there are a lot of options for abilities and ultimate left in Overwatch. A lot of people recently I've started seeing just talk about how developers are either running out of ideas or are gonna struggle with future characters because they made so many abilities. But trust me, if there's one thing there's always more than enough of at game development studios, it's ideas. And yeah, this is a very good showcase of what you can do with those ideas, for example. So yeah, big shout out to Kayom here. Check out the YouTube video in the description and in the top comment, and make sure you drop a a comment in this person's video so they know that we featured this video here. We also had another Sombra rework actually, but I only want to show parts of this because, well, this whole video can't just be a Sombra rework thing in the workshop. This is from a person going by cool username. Very nice. And the main ability I wanted to highlight here was just being able to hack someone and then becoming that person for a little bit, that character. They call this ability Replicate. I think it's a really neat concept to be able to directly sort of steal a ability or property of another character. It reminds me a lot of Dota 2. Some of you might have played. Rubik in that game can steal other characters' ultimates. So if a hero uses their ult, then right afterwards he can use a spell steal and steal that. He can steal other abilities too, but mostly well known for stealing high value ultimates in Dota 2 games. And this reminds me a lot of that. I'll link cool username's video of this in the description as well. We also had u/inverse_infidel upload a thing on Reddit messing around with the dummy bots. This was just a few days ago actually. Creating a Weeping Angel style mode with mercies, and I thought this was really cool simply because it's that sort of thing that I feel like people always talk about maybe wanting to do in the workshop, but now it's actually very possible. And it works pretty well too actually. The nighttime Nepal really adds to the mood as well, of course. Anyway, those are some examples of Overwatch workshop stuff that's been made fairly recently with somewhat recent updates to the Overwatch workshop as well. So new tools and new content, really cool stuff. I will try and link some resources if you want to join Discords with various Overwatch workshop creators to try and help out or just come up with ideas for modes and other things like that. I'm just trying to support that workshop community a bit because I really like what all of those people do, and I feel like lately they've not gotten the attention that they deserve. Alright, that's everything for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and leave a like if you enjoyed all this stuff, and check out these sources of course. Thanks again, subscribe for more Overwatch content, you guys know the drill, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.